Hello, YouTube world. Welcome to Mr. Natural's music school here in San Francisco, California, the Haight-Ashbury district. If ever you're in town, stop on by, say hello, and I'll sign an autograph or something for you. I'd like to start out by saying this is being brought to you by Music Theory Decoded, strictly by the numbers. The music book that Lynn Vonnie and I have written on music theory using nothing but intervals. We do refer to the ABCs, but it mostly focuses on intervals. If you're trying to get through your college classes, this is the way to do it. There's a little device in the back called the intervalometer that fits behind the black keys on the keyboard and moves around and visually will show you where the scales are and help you with your spellings. They get very complicated when you wind up with 6 sharps, 7 sharps. There are 8, 9, 10, 13 sharps as well. It doesn't just stop with 7. There are 6, 7, 8, 9 flats that are possible, double sharps, double flats, all explained in the book. It goes from basic writing of music theory on the keyboard to very advanced concepts in music theory that go way beyond the keyboard, way beyond any musical instrument, just to show that no matter how abstract it gets, it can all be reined in and held down by number. The intervals is the way to understand what's behind everything and what makes music feel the way it feels and why it does what it does. So please, you'll find this at lulu.com or at amazon.com. Please go buy one of our books. We also put out a book called The Music Work, Songs by Numbers by Mr. Natural, and it's just basically a thing we call piano tab, and has about 40 children's songs written out as number patterns. And if you use the slider, you can learn to play piano. You can teach someone to play piano without hardly saying a word. Just put the songbook in front of them, put the intervalometer on a scale on the piano, and walk away. And you'd be surprised. People teach themselves how to play 20, 30, 40 songs all on their own. It doesn't require much music theory. So we're back here doing our ear training, our rhythm ear training. And what we require for this is that you have a pencil, a piece of paper, something hard back that you can put the paper on, so you can write out the rhythms as we do it. I did mention that next week we were going to do some reading and some stuff on the piano, but I just remembered this week there's a code word that we've forgotten to drill you on, which we're going to do next week, and that code word is elephant, which are triplets. I haven't done triplets. I usually leave them for last because they're fun and easy to do, easy to hear and pick up on, and there's no reason to do a lot of heavy drilling, but we will add those in next week and the week after. We will pull out some PDFs and put them on our website and let you look at some music, some Bach music, and we'll play it in pieces for you and see what we can do about actually writing out some music in real time. Okay, so today the 2 code words that we've been working on are butter, butter, it's alligator, 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 butter, butter, alligator, butter, and this one, alligator, alligator, alligator. Dee hum, dee dum, dee dum, dee dum, dee dum, dee. And we have our staples: drum, Tarzan, alligator, hum, dee dum, dee hum, dee dum, dee butter, 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 hum, dee butter, hum, dee butter, alligator, Tarzan, alligator, butter, alligator, Tarzan, butter, Tarzan, butter, Tarzan, hum, dee dum, dee hum, dee dum, dee butter. Okay? So you should have it in your ear. Gee, we'll have to try this with a wet rag and some Windex, I think, next time. Okay, so we have 12 rhythms that will have butter in them, and I have 10 rhythms that will have a dumpty. I'm saying dumpty instead of humpty, because every time I say humpty, I want to then say dumpty, and sometimes the code word after that isn't. So I say dumpty, 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 right? So we're going to keep it at that. So we're going to start with butter, okay? So I'm going to take drum, Tarzan, alligator, and put in a butter. And a butter sounds like butter. Tarzan, Tarzan, butter. Drum, drum, butter, butter. Tarzan, alligator, butter. Alligator, Tarzan, drum. So you got it in your ear. Okay, so here's the first one. Again. Once more. Okay, you should have drum, butter, Tarzan, drum. Drum, butter, Tarzan, drum. Next one. Again. You should have. Now this is the way I remember it's all about the stems. So if I go like that, I know that's a butter. Butter. Tarzan. Drum. Put our things, put our little dots. Butter, butter, Tarzan, drum. Butter, butter, Tarzan, drum. Again. Tarzan, butter, drum, drum. Tarzan, butter, drum, drum. Number 4. Again. Drum, drum, butter, drum. Drum, drum, butter, drum. Number 5. Again. Again. Butter, Tarzan, Tarzan, drum. Butter, Tarzan, Tarzan, drum. Number 6. Again. Drum, butter, butter, drum. Drum, butter, butter, drum. Okay, this one's tricky. Listen again. Again. Butter, drum, drum, butter. Butter, drum, drum, butter. Butter on the end makes it harder to hear. Okay. Once more. Tarzan, Tarzan, butter, drum. Tarzan, Tarzan, butter, drum. Ready? Once more. Butter, 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 drum. Butter, 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 drum. Difficult one. Tarzan, 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 butter. Tarzan, 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 butter. Again, when the butter's on the end, it's harder to hear. Number 11. Once more. Butter, drum, Tarzan, butter. Butter, drum, Tarzan, butter. And number 12. Once more. Alligator, butter, Tarzan, drum. Alligator, butter, Tarzan, drum. Okay, that's the 12 sets using butter. Now, we're going to reverse it. Put the little 16th flag on that side and the dotted eighth on this side. And now we have DUMPTY, 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 Tarzan, Tarzan, DUMPTY, Tarzan, drum. Alligator, DUMPTY, alligator. helps get your ear going. Okay. Now using DUMPTY. Now wait, I just did that backwards, didn't I? I just added a butter, I'm sorry. Erase. Sorry about that. Drum, drum, hum, de drum. Or drum, drum, dum, de drum. Drum, drum, dum, de drum. In my own personal life, I use the word ergot, so I'm having a hard time with this. Hey, once more. Drum, hum, de dum, de drum. Drum, hum, de dum, de drum. Drum, hum, de dum, de drum. Or drum, dum, de dum, de drum. Drum, dum, de drum, drum. Drum, dum, de drum, drum. Once more. Hum, de dum, de drum, drum, or dum, de dum, de drum, drum, or got dum, de drum, hum, de got whatever. Okay? Dum, de dum, de drum, drum, dum, de dum, de drum, drum. Drum, alligator, dum, de drum. Drum, alligator, dum, de drum. Drum, alligator, dum, de drum. A little bit tricky. They get a little bit harder as we go on. Drum, Tarzan, hum, de drum. Drum, Tarzan, drum. Drum, Tarzan, hum, de drum. Drum, Tarzan, dum, de drum. Drum, Tarzan, dum, de drum. Tough one coming up now. Drum, dumpty, alligator, dumpty. Drum, dumpty, alligator, dumpty. Drum, dumpty, alligator, dumpty. Tough one. We put an alligator and a dumpty at the end. Okay, easy peasy. Again. Dumpty, dumpty, dumpty drum, or Humpty, Dumpty, Dumpty drum. Humpty, Dumpty, Dumpty drum. Dumpty, Dumpty, Dumpty drum. Again. Drum, dumpty, drum, dumpty, drum, dumpty, drum, dumpty. Once more. Alligator, dumpty, alligator drum. Alligator, dumpty, alligator drum. Alligator, dumpty, alligator drum. That's it for our butter and dumpty this week. Next week, we're going to add it's usually written out this way, and usually there's a 3 on top, and sometimes people put a little rocker on either end like that to show it's a single beat grouplet divided into 3 syllables. And for this, we use L, elephant. All right, how do I spell that?
The middle one's L-E,
E-L-E.
and the A is in the fint, P-H-A.
A-N-T, right. P-H-A. What in English? I hated when I learned all these rules, and then the first thing they did is started throwing exceptions at me in school. I never remember. Anyway, elephant, elephant, elephant. So listen. Tarzan, Tarzan, elephant, elephant, Tarzan, elephant, elephant, drum. Elephant, elephant, Tarzan, Tarzan, drum. Elephant, drum. Elephant, 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 Tarzan, drum. Tarzan, elephant, Tarzan, elephant, 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 Tarzan, drum. Tarzan, Tarzan, elephant, 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 Tarzan, drum. So next week, elephant, okay? And that will give us all of the code words that we need to read through all of the box. And of course, there are more advanced things. We haven't done anything with rests. We haven't done anything with, we did some offbeat and syncopated things, but they're just a matter of adding in rests or holding together, holding some syllables. When you're doing something like alligator, you go ALLIGATOR, 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 da-da, bum, ba-dum, bum. You get these nice offbeat and jazz rhythms by suspending some of the syllables. You still think all the pieces in your head, but you only say out loud the syllables that you want to come out or you want to accent. And then what happens is you can start reading. Now, I've been looking online for some people who are putting rhythms out there and just letting music fly by with rhythms. I'll try to post some of those things so you'll have some reading practice. So there are other people out there who've done this. They don't use code words to do this. They just throw the music up there and expect you to read it. So I'll throw some of those sites. You'll see right now there are 2 sites out there that are using some of the most complicated code words, and their way of doing 1 eana, 2 eana, 3 eana is hard. And you'll see that if you just ignore all that numbering thing and use these code words, you'll be able to read the rhythms that they write, no matter how complex they are, with what you know now. Okay? So next week, we're going to work on elephant. Now, some people say triplet, triplet. Dwayne Shin, for instance, I've been studying with and taking Dwayne Shin's advice for, almost 40 years now. When he was in just the email, when he was just in the mail business, we got some of his books, and he uses triplet, triplet, triplet. Lots of people do. Another nice 3-syllable word that's even is harmony, 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 So you have elephant, elephant, harmony, harmony, triplet, triplet. There are many 3-syllable words out there where the syllables are evenly spaced. You don't want 3 syllables in which the second syllable is emphasized or held, something like that, because then it starts pushing it into some kind of a diatonic. And we don't want it to come out alligator. We want it to stay elephant. You'll see also that one of the most used rhythms in the blues is to take elephant and hold the first 2 syllables. Elephant, 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 elephant. You hear the shuffle rhythm, which looks like or it looks like Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty. Not the way to play it. White man's version. If you want to play the blues correctly, it should be a series of triplets. So it should be elephant, 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 elephant. Different than dum da bum bum. Elephant, 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 dum da bum. Elephant, 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 elephant. Right? So we'll do that next week, and we'll drill that a little bit. So please, don't forget, go to Amazon or lulu.com. Please buy my book, Music Theory Decoded, strictly by the numbers. It is a very pretty book. You know, I mean, I learned from all the cartoonists back in the 70s here in Haight-Ashbury that's drawing cartoons of me and my friends, all right, how to make things pretty. So we went through here, lots of color. The intervalometer, you'll find the major and the blues intervalometer. You'll find the minor, the 3 different minor scale intervalometer in here. You'll find a little thing with a keyboard and an intervalometer that's kind of like a slide rule for music. And it's really useful. It's just the size of a page, and you can slide it around and figure out the spellings for any scale, for anything that you want to do, for any chords that you want to do, any extensions on chords. You'll find it just visually shows you everything you need to know, so you can always get your spellings right. Whether it has 1 sharp, 2 sharps, 3 sharps, 1 flat, 2 flats, or 3 flats, the intervalometer knows. It will help you visually find those scales. And when you're writing music, knowing how to do scale patterns and change from one scale pattern to another is crucial. All right? So please, buy my book, and we'll see you all next week. So long, YouTube. Be well. Till next time.